Point of View with Shirley, Cleester, and Eula. And we're, for some reason, some technical difficulty has started messing with us, with this sound. For some reason, I don't know what the deal is here. I don't. Clee, I cannot hear you. But today, Clee is talking about, can you, I don't, oh my goodness, this makes no sense. It makes no sense. We were doing just fine. And then all of a sudden the sound went out. So I'm going to do a sound check here with Facebook. Let's see if I can get a sound check here with Facebook. But just in case you can hear me, dear God, as we sit before you to speak, we pray to you that our souls you will keep. And if we should die before we finish, we pray to you, dear God, that any outstanding sins will be forgiven. So let me see here. I'm trying to see what's happening here. And Clea is saying, is enough really enough? And I am talking about the 21st Century Women Part 3. So let me see here. I am going to leave this page and go back to another page so I can make sure I don't understand. We were doing just fine. I sound check. Everything was great. Then all of a sudden, I cannot hear Cleester. So I am going to go ahead and see if I can hear it on here. And if I can, testing 1, 2, 3. I'm playing our music here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me see if I can hear. Let me see here. Okay, it's working. My sound is working. See what's happening here. So Cleester's talking about, is it really enough? If you hear an echo, that's my Facebook. So it is working on Facebook. And Clea is saying, is enough? And I am talking about the 21st century. So for some reason, really, I don't hear you, but I am coming through. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing mine while you work on your sound. Work. Okay. The women in the 21st century. And I'm going to start here where this, I had stopped here.
Hello? Hello?
There you are. There you are.
Okay, I can hear you. I can
Okay.
hear you.
I hear you. I hear you now. Okay. But it's an echo.
I'm working on my phone.
There's an echo.
You can hear me now?
Yes, but I hear an echo also.
All right.
Uh-huh. Yes. So
Okay. Oh,
everybody just excuse our technical
just turn
difficulties,
yours down because you hear the echo.
but you know that technical difficulties happen,
Whoa.
and our
Do that part.
audience our
The
audience
production team is working on it.
right, our audience always
Now
understands
I
when
can't hear
these
nothing you're saying.
problems come up. So I'm talking about cueing, goal setting, goal attaining, and responsibilities of women in the
But I can't
21st
hear her no
century.
more.
We
Can
have
you hear
come
her?
such a long, long way. Although self-regulation is normative, it
Why my
extends
phone can't?
beyond the typical description of deductive theory of phenomena. This is due to the theoretical mechanisms throughout which strategies influence reading. I can hear you.
You hear
And
me? Okay.
empower
But I
individuals.
don't hear her. But I don't hear her.
Bendale, Sullivan, and Marvel 2019. Self-regulation. I think I'm still coming through though. Let me do it again here. Let me go here again because I know I'm coming through.
Up. You.
I know I am.
Okay. I don't.
I hear you. I hear
You can hear
you.
me. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Leave your
Uh-huh.
mic
Yeah,
on.
I
But
hear
I can't
Clee.
hear her.
Leave
Oh
your
my
mic on.
goodness.
Okay, now it's on.
Hmm.
I know, but I'm gonna just. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm a.
Okay. Okay, everybody, I'll continue here. Let me get back to my page here. So we're talking about women of the 21st century, responsibilities we have. And so this topic right here is cueing, goal setting, goal attainment, and responsibilities of women in the 21st century. And I will probably go back and edit this. So let me see if Clee has come in again. I believe she has. There she is. Okay, there she is.
Yes, can you hear me?
I hear you.
All
Uh-huh.
right, good deal.
We have four people on with us as far as I know. So although I'm
Okay.
going to start right again here, although
All right.
self-regulation, everybody, I'll probably go and edit this and where to, we won't be double starting and everything. It's okay. Everything's good. And
Okay.
so really, I was thinking, I after we do our shows, I know
Uh-huh.
we don't have the market on the internet or anything like that. But I'm beginning to think it's not coincidental that when we do a show, then we hear what we said somewhere else.
Right, right, right.
And you remember when we had Mitchell on here,
Uh-huh.
and Mitchell gave all of his points. He was talking, what was he running for governor?
Right.
And
Uh-huh.
all of his points, and almost word for word, one of those candidates came out almost word
It
for
was
word
uh what's his name? Yes,
what Mitch,
I remember that.
uh,
Yes.
what Mitchell
Yes.
said. And then also, I know, like I said, we don't have the market, but I had never, to my recollection, heard anybody say, I guess they might have been saying it for centuries, I don't know, talking about her story instead of his story.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Have you heard people talking like saying her story instead of
I've
his
heard that.
story?
Yeah, I've heard it before, but it's been a long time ago
A
when I
long
heard it.
time ago. Okay.
Yeah.
But now it's really, really popular. Like I said, we don't have we don't have the, what is it, the market hold on the ups on the market, but still,
Uh-huh.
you see, I switched those.
Yeah, I did. 'Cause that's why I had to take a double take because I didn't know which one was me. Oh,
So okay, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and get into this now. Okay, so talking about the women 21st century. So we talked about how we still are responsible, mostly responsible for, even though we're working too, many of us are going out on the job or working at home. And then even when they say we don't work. Okay, what do you do? Uh, I stay at home. Oh, well, you don't work, huh? That's more work than going out on a regular
oh
job,
yes.
staying at home, taking care of the children. And then when the
Mm-hmm.
husband comes home, you're sitting about him and all that. And then you're the last one, most of the time, to get into the bed and the first one to get up in the morning.
And by the time you
Whether,
sit down to eat dinner, it's cold. It's
yep,
cold because you done took care of everybody else. Yes.
everybody
Yes.
else, everybody else.
Everybody else.
And I
Yes.
was telling you about this show where this a man was and his sons were treating the mother and the daughter like they were nobody and telling them to stay in their place. And there's another show now, just, well, it's the same show, but it's different family, telling the woman, stay in your place, stay in your place. And she's stronger than the brother that's telling her to stay in her place. They want us to stay. Where is our place?
Right.
Our place is taking care of everybody else, and most of the time neglecting ourselves. And we've been doing it for centuries and centuries and centuries. So this 21st century, um, we have we've gotten a lot done, but it's a lot more that needs to be done. A lot more that needs to be done. I'm trying to get back down to where I was reading.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get back down there because we have a great responsibility. Okay, so now self cueing consists, because I said I'm going to talk about self cueing.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about goal setting and goal attainment and responsibilities of women in the 21st century.
Okay.
So, self cueing consists of creating a list, notes, and reminders focusing on attention and redirecting patterns of behavior. These external cues serve as compelling reminders to keep one's attention and effort focused on desirable actives that lead to goals or successful outcomes. So we do that. We're all day long. And most of the night in our waking moments, we're thinking of what can we do? We have to do this. We have to do this. This has got to be done before I go to bed. This has got to be done when I get up in the morning. This has got to be done during the day. And even if we're out on the job, we're still saying, I've got to do this. Time I
Gotta do
get
it.
off, I've got to
Yeah.
do this. And when I finish that, I've got to get home and I've got to do this and I've got to do that. And then later on this evening, I got to make sure the children get their homework. Then later on, I've got to make sure the children get their baths. I've got to make sure the children eat first, get their
Yeah.
baths, and
Uh-huh.
then make sure they get in the bed and all of that. So a woman's work is never, ever,
Done.
ever done.
You know that
Never.
saying, man
Say it
works from
again.
sun to sun, but a woman's work is
Woman's
never
work
done.
never done. That's right.
Never.
Never done. Never. What she say?
Never. How she
Never.
talking to Momo?
Oh, okay. I'll say so. Self-cueing consists of lists, notes, and reminders. And these, most of the time, we have them in our heads. Moreover, self-cueing can act as an effective means of tracking one's progress or identifying tasks that need completion. Similarly, self-dialogue is a strategy, also referred to as self-talk, that increases self-efficacy or self-confidence, leading to effective self-regulation and increased performance. Self-dialogue consists of a person telling themselves out loud or in their head what they have chosen to believe. Now, through repeated dialogue, beliefs and assumptions become internalized and eventually automatically influence one's information processing system. Successful self dialogue can lead one to facilitate opportunities and persistence in the face of obstacles. Furthermore, researchers, now this, and you know, when we get this material, you know it's been researched and it's studied over and over and over again,
Right?
and then we find it and find what's suitable we feel like for our audience and then bring it to our audience. So it's not like they just thought of something today and put it online today, but this is research, okay? Furthermore, researchers suggest that women of the 21st century should attempt to incorporate more tactics like self-cueing and self-dialogue to promote success throughout their daily lives, because we have so much to remember. But thank God for memory, and I've said that before, because he blesses us to be able to do most of the most important things that day. And then we might sit down and say, oh, I forgot to do this, but then that
Yeah.
wasn't one of the most important things.
Right.
Okay,
There you go. That's
now,
it.
so Bendel, Carato, and Sifri and Rose suggested that women in the 21st century are more likely to not establish a positive self dialogue, which contributed to the demise of goal setting and goal attainment. Okay, they can say that if they want to, but not everybody is like that. The goal setting provides specific strategies for managing one's behavior. Individuals who exhibit vital self goal setting behaviors can incorporate cognitive and behavioral techniques which allow them to evaluate a goal with more understanding and to assess the suitability of the motivation behind the goal setting. So we look at the goal, we set the goal, and then we have to check the goal out and see, is this worth fooling with? Okay. So, consequently, individuals who assume self optimal goal setting behaviors reach inferior outcomes. I guess if you're possessive with that or excessive with that, because I've seen like on the show, movies and shows where some people have their schedule so planned out. They even have so many minutes for this, so many minutes for that. If they're married, they have a
Yeah.
significant
Yes.
others. Then okay, we got so many minutes for this and so many minutes for that. Everything is just timed out, and they have really no intimate. Uh, it doesn't seem intimate. It just seems like business. Just like business. What's up, Clee? Okay. So consequently, individuals who assume Suboptimal goal setting behaviors reach inferior outcomes, and sometimes they do. Successful goal attainment is the
Oh, sorry.
process of completing two different tasks. First, people must turn their desires into binding goals. Second, they must attain the set goals. Both tasks require self regulation strategies to process and facilitate practical goal setting and successful goal striving. And so these researchers, Coretto and Sifri and Kotler and Demasis and Rose, determined that goal attainment is challenging within the home if members of the household do not support the one who has proposed to set the goal. And that's it. Many times the women are just doing and doing and doing, and then sometimes they are not supported by their partner. And
True.
then sometimes the women, the partner is not supported by them. It just depends on who has the role and who has the most to do with, and the leading, supposed to be leading role, and who has the most responsibility. Because that's the deal now. Not supporting them is coming home when she's been out and worked, or whoever the homemaker is, been out and worked 8, 9, 10 hours, picked up the children,
Mm-hmm.
brought them home, made sure that they got in there, got out of their clothes and got in their other little clothes, made
Mm-hmm.
sure that supper is cooked, make sure that they got their homework before supper, then make sure, like I said, they get their bath, brush their teeth and everything, make sure they get in the bed and they're comfortable in the bed and all of that. That's the one with the responsibility. And many times the other one, which is usually the male, he's been out and worked too, but when he comes home, he
Mm-hmm.
flops down in the chair, crosses his legs, turns the TV on, gets the paper. Now they don't use it. Some people still read the paper, but they read it on their pads and all that, and their phones and all of that, and sit there and want to be waited on too.
Where's my supper?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Or just sit there until, oh, well, is it ready yet? Is it ready
Uh-huh.
yet?
Yep.
Now, I'm not
Yep.
bashing men, but and I'm not bashing the other one, because sometimes the men are the homemakers and the women
Yes.
are out
It's,
working too. So it
it's
works
true.
both ways. It works both ways. But
Somebody got
I was in this show I was talking about, and many people go through this stuff. They say, what is it? Life imitates art, and
uh-huh.
art, I guess, imitates life. So most of these shows are based on real life events. And so this lady was saying to her daughter about her husband, this old overbearing man, and he was a what is it? Thought women, stay in your place and you don't talk, you shut up until you're spoken to, and all that. All of what you do is do what you're supposed to. Take care of this house, take care of me, make sure I'm fed, make
Mm-hmm.
sure everything's in place. So this woman told her daughter, she said to her, she said, I remember when I had you. That's what she said to the daughter. She said, I had a hard time with you. And when I came home, she was still feeling bad
Yes.
because she
Yes.
had a hard time giving birth to the daughter.
Give
When
birth to
she
the
came
right.
home, this man plops down at the table, waiting on her to fix his food. And she just got out of the hospital.
From giving birth.
Yes. And she had to fix his food and all of that. So
He'd
that
have been
stuff is,
hungry.
huh?
He'd have been hungry for a while.
All that stuff's been going on, but it depends on how you're conditioned too.
Yes. Yes. This is
Yeah,
true.
yes,
Yes,
ma'am, how
this
you
is true.
condition them. And we have been taught to take care of our husbands, which is nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
But then now in the 21st century, even in the 20th century, things have changed drastically. And
Yes.
each one should do their part and meet
That's
each
it.
other halfway, like it was supposed to be anyway. It
Anyway,
used
that's
to
right.
be that the men went out and did the work and made the money, and the women stayed at home and took care of the children. But now it's both ways. And
Yes,
I
it
want to
is.
read this about and I'm going to be finished here in just a few minutes because I'm going to cut it short. Uh, but talking about back when World War, I think it was World War II, and how, let me see, there were 40%. Okay, here we go. Let me go back to this. The characteristics of modern households have changed drastically since the 1970s. Gender roles defined in the 1950s and 1960s depict women as the primary homemaker. Women were both dependent on and inferior to men, and their primary job was to be pleasing to their husband and tend to their house and children. And you know, I think about Miss Seeley.
Oh, hey.
And you know, it was like that back
Oh
then.
yeah, yes it was. Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
And like it was just
How
something
well
like
I
she
remember.
and she was just like
She said,
when
uh-huh.
Mr. like Mr. do his business. I mean, no, nothing intimate about it or
Nothing. Nope.
anything.
Nope. She didn't
Just
know
be
what love was.
just
Nope.
be there where he wants you to be there, and for him to get whatever his satisfaction is, and then just that's it. And then
That's it.
slap
Rip
upside the
my
head.
gram, thank you, ma'am. And he just,
And all of that.
yep,
And that's how many women were treated. But it's a different
yep.
different
Oh, it's
day
a
now.
different day, baby. Hey,
Now
hey.
women were both dependent on the inferior. I keep messing over that. Women were both dependent on and inferior to men, and their primary job was to be pleasing to their husband and tend to their house and children. During the end of World War II, the US population increased by 42%, while the number of widows grew by 45%. The US Department of Labor identified 15 million women as being potentially or becoming displaced.
Wow.
Media describes displaced homemakers as a generation of women on whom the rules have been changed and who were
Mhm.
caught between yesterday's pedestal and tomorrow's self sufficiency. Just like World War II brought that around and brought that change because so many women's husbands died in that war.
That war. Yep.
And that was just in the United States. And things
Right.
had to change around. Women had to get to work uh, quick, fast, and in a
And
hurry. And
in a
then
hurry. Yes,
what do they
ma'am.
call it? Rosie the Riveter, when the women started going to work and
Yes. Uh-huh.
working on those
Uh-huh.
aircrafts and things like that. The
Yes.
women
Yes.
went to work and started working, and baby, we have not stopped since.
Not
I'm
at
telling you.
all.
And so the roles have changed, and I'm not saying that we're supposed to be, bossy and disrespectful to our husbands and our
Mhm.
significant others. I'm not saying that at all. But then he and she, whether it's male, female, they have to acknowledge the fact that this is a different day and a different time.
Oh,
This is the
yes.
21st century. And usually the roles are equal. You pitch in, I pitch in, and we can get this done and get it done quicker and get it done more get it done better. We can do a better job if
Yeah.
we work
Yes. If we
together.
work together. That's right.
If we work together, but like I put it, I'm not blaming anybody because that's the way we were brought up, that we take care of our husbands, women, you know what I'm saying? Take care of our husbands
Mm-hmm.
and obey them and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not gonna get into that either. But anyway, in the Lord, I put it like that. And so some men think, and then some women too,
Yeah.
because there are some overbearing women in this world
Oh,
who
yes.
boss those men and treat those men worse than they would treat anything and anybody. And they just take it. They take it. And some women, I remember hearing someone say, and I know it's been more than one thing, like people are so um, overbearing, and then they're so dominant in some cases. So that's why so much what is it, violence, domestic violence
Mm-hmm.
comes in, because these people think that they have a right to try to make somebody be like they want them to be,
Right, right,
or try to shape them like they want them to be. And
right.
then but some people are just mean and downright
To the
hateful
core. Yes.
to the core.
To the
and
core.
and if you do it right, they're going to find something wrong with that.
Yep.
If you do it what they think is wrong, they're going to find something wrong with that. So you're condemned if you do, condemned if you don't. And so that's why I say I don't promote staying in all that mess. I don't. I
I
don't
know it.
promote it. I think you ought to, what are your famous words, Clee? Get
Get some
some
done.
yonder. People don't have to take that stuff these days. Some people have stayed there and died in. How did I get off on this?
Stretching it, stretching
This is
it.
the
You just hang them
21st.
jokes where they have time to stretch it.
This is the 21st century. We are different today.
Oh,
And even though we've always been intelligent, they might say we're the weaker vessel, which we are weaker than most men because that's the way God designed it. But He also
right.
designed it
God
that
designed.
where we're weak, a weak vessel, that man's strength compensates for our weakness because he's supposed to be our protector. And by golly gee, we don't have to protect some of them. Anyway,
Our protector, our comforter, our yes.
yes, yes. And so, He's our protector. And I love to be protected. Now I do.
Amen.
I
Me
do. And I mean, hey, and nothing wrong with that,
ain't nothing
but
wrong with it.
nothing at all. But anyway, I'm not going to keep on going because I'm just, all kinds of things are going through my mind. But anyway, talking about the 21st century woman, it's a new day, a different woman, and
Oh,
not so different, but we have come forward. We're not
yeah,
holding back like we used to.
yeah, yes.
We're not holding back like we used to because we've learned that we can be progressive, and we know how to be progressive and be wise at the same time. But
Right.
sometimes it matters not whether you're wise or whatever. Some people don't want you to be progressive at all.
Oh, yep.
But one thing about us 21st century women, we don't let people stop us and stunt us. If we can't get through one way, we can go around another and make sure we accomplish the goals that we have set for ourselves, that we have, that are for us to do. So we don't have to give in. We don't have to cower down. Just be the woman that you are in the 21st century. One more thing I want to say. And now I'm going to this gas and this fuel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I put this on. That's why I said I dumped the pump. They are gouging us. I just paid $3.09. Well, just might as well say $4 for some gas. 399.9, and that's regular.
Mm,
It makes no sense.
mm.
There is no gas shortage. We have plenty of fuel.
Yes.
Russia has nothing to do with us and our gas over here. But as long as people keep letting these people gouge us, it's going to continue to happen. So my thing is, I'm saying this,
Go.
hashtag dump the pump. If we do 2 days a week, don't buy gas for 2 days a week, it'll bring them down off their high horses. I know everybody can't stay away and is not going to stay and cooperate, but I guarantee if the majority of us here in this United States dump the pump for
The
two
pump.
days,
Oh, Copyright.
I put hashtag dump the pump.
Copyright. It's copyright.
Yes, ma'am.
Already
For two
copyright stuff.
days. For 2 days, I guarantee they'll think about it and they'll bring that gas price down. Let us do it I say Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if we do it they're gonna feel it if we do it one day. We do it 2 days, they're gonna really feel it. When we go into that second week, baby, that stuff's gonna start coming down like it never went up.
That's right.
But see, the thing is, where there's unity, there is strength.
Right.
But a
Yeah.
house divided against itself cannot stand.
That's
And we
right.
are so divided here in this United States of America, and we are trying to tell somebody else what to do. And we can't even get along here with each other. So if people would think about it, dump the pump. Hashtag dump the pump. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I guarantee they'll come down on that gas.
I'll start a campaign. Dump the pump.
Dump the pump. Hashtag dump the pump. Child, please. Anyway, okay, Rita. I just wanted to put that out there. So I'm going to see where we're going to hear that.
Hashtag dump the pump.
Dump the pump. All right. Dump the pump. All right, Rita. I don't know. I think I feel like I was jibber jabbering and rambling today, but just in case, I'm talking about the 21st century women. We are somebody. We are strong. We are brilliant. We are beautiful.
Soul power.
We are somebody. That's right. Okay, Rita, it's your time.
Okay. Okay. Then my son was, I always got a backstory. And I was talking to my son, PJ. We was talking, and I said, okay, that's enough. And I started thinking, well, when is enough enough?
Mm-hmm.
When is enough really enough?
Mm-hmm.
Because 9 times out of 10, whatever he did, he's going to do it again in 10 minutes. So, when is enough enough? Okay. Now about Jennifer Satora Holst. And she says, when is enough really enough? Jesus Christ. If you think about it, there are not many words out there that carry the power that the word enough does. It is a word we began hearing very early in life and seems to follow us right up to the end. I guess. I'm not there yet. This is what she's saying. Enough is the proverbial Goldilocks, the arrival of just right, and we are all on a quest for it. All on a quest for enough. Whether it pertains to love, relationship, money, politics, or just life in general, we're all talking and getting fired up about having enough. Webster Dictionary says enough, occurring such a quantity, quality, or scope as to fully meet demands, needs, or expectations. That's Merriam-Webster Dictionary. As children, we are introduced to it. That's enough. Enough candy, enough fighting with your sister and brother, enough time watching TV. And it just persists as we grow up. We are constantly prodded with and reminded that we have it to do enough to have enough. We are constantly left questioning whether we have achieved it. Am I making enough money? Does he or she love me enough? Do I love him or her enough? Am I doing enough for my kids? Do I have enough time? Is my partner doing enough around the house? Is it good enough? Are the elected officials doing enough about politics, gas, whatever? I've had enough. And that's the proverbial hashtag, enough is enough.
Is enough. Yes.
Enough. Is it filling up or enough? Is it filling you up, or leaving you feeling empty? Perhaps the most profound example of enough is the most.
I'm here.
Did you hear it? Can you hear that?
Yep. Hear what?
Like rattling paper.
That's
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness! I didn't know it was that loud.
Yeah, I was going around trying to see
Oh my goodness!
Perhaps the most profound example of enough is most apparent in our lives where love and relationships are concerned. We focus a lot on finding a partner that has enough of our must-haves to ensure a fulfilling relationship. Once are in a relationship, we fall deeper into the rabbit hole that is enough. Enough love, enough support, enough time, enough respect, enough sex, and on and on. If we feel we're getting enough of all of those things, then life is good. If not, then things are rough, and we see enough for the double-edged sword that it can be, and start complaining that we aren't getting enough, but rather we've had enough.
Mm-hmm.
For all the joy that enough love, money, or happiness can bring, the darker side of enough brings out the resentment, anger, and disappointment when expectations are not met.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at the current social climate, and you will find an abundance of this less desirable side of enough that leaves us feeling empty and defeated. Every headline, tweet, or post is reverberating with voices crying that we have had enough. Enough intolerance, racism, sexism,
Mm-hmm.
oppression. Ooh, this is
Mm-hmm.
deep.
Yes, it
While
is.
not as pleasant as having enough of the good stuff. Having enough of the bad is sometimes necessary. And what, baby? Okay, let Granny finish this, okay? Okay, let Granny finish this, all right? And I'll be right with you. My grandbaby, y'all, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Uh,
it's okay.
she's fine. She's fine, honey. She's fine. While not pleasant, is having enough of the good stuff, having enough of the bad stuff sometimes is necessary. It forces us to act and demand more in life, love,
Mm-hmm.
society, whatever is lacking. So when is enough, and how much is enough really?
Mm-hmm.
For me, that's what you're saying. For me, I've come to realize that it isn't about having enough. Enough is tricky. It can be easy to think that having enough is what it's all about, and why we seem to bang our heads against the wall pursuing it in love, career, parenting, and life in general.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, anytime you go searching for it, you will likely end up disappointed, because until you understand that you are enough, you
Uh-huh.
will never have the power to have enough.
That's the truth.
Oh, that's deep.
That's the truth. But
At
that
the
is
end of
that's
the day,
heavy.
I'm
Heavy.
sorry.
That is heavy.
Yes, it is. And let me say it again. Oh, I need to say it again. Until you understand that you are enough,
Uh-huh.
you will never have the power to have enough.
That's the truth.
Oh, and at the end of the day, I think it's about being enough that holds the real power and will make the difference in life and love and the world. Hello.
All right.
She preached that. Yes, indeed. That's it. That's it. Yes,
That's it.
that's it. Yes. All
Oh,
right, baby. Yeah, I'm done. That's it, honey. That was it. It
okay.
was
So is enough enough?
is enough. And until
Is
you
enough
find out if
really?
you are enough will never be enough.
Right. Right.
Okay,
Right.
everybody look at my grandbaby. Hello. Tell him hey. Tell him hey.
Hi, sweetie pie. Hi.
Okay.
She's
Granny be
pretty.
through in a minute. Huh? Right there? Yes, Granny be through in a minute. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. She be through in a minute.
Yes. So when is enough enough? So when is this enough in any situation?
In any situation.
Uh-huh.
Enough,
When is enough enough? And like when you
enough.
you have to, like we say, you have to put yourself first. It's not
Uh-huh.
selfish, because if you don't take care of yourself
Uh-huh.
and
Enough.
do make sure the well-being of you is the number one priority, how you gonna be able to watch out for somebody else?
Enough. Amen. That's it.
So there's this song Ella Davis, like he heard it one day on one of the stations. It said this man was singing, said enough is enough, and I'm tired of your stuff.
And you remember you say enough is enough and too much stink. He said that enough is enough is too much stink. Who's that stinking, me or you?
I remember that one,
Yes,
but
she
you do.
did, huh?
You have a great memory.
Yeah, I seen that. She sure did. She would tell you enough is enough and too much stink.
Too much stink. All right, too much stink. That's true. So,
Yeah.
really, we're not going to prolong the time today. I
I'm
hope I
down here visiting my daughter, so
right, and so
yes. And
we're
I
gonna
haven't
let you
seen her
enjoy
in a
that.
long
It,
time.
and so you're getting ready to cook some Chinese food.
No, no.
You just
I
gonna
just
make
want to
the.
make the sweet and sour sauce. So whatever we eat, I have my sweet and sour sauce.
Oh, okay. Well, enjoy your day, and everybody. We thank you so much. And I'm reading Laterica's. She said, "Hello, beautiful ladies," and I saw
Uh-huh.
you answered and everything, and then I answered, and
Hey,
so
Velma. See there. There's
oh,
Velma's
hi,
there.
Velma. Hello, hello. And so talking about is enough, when is enough really enough, and then
Really enough.
also what was mine, the 21st century lady. And so we just have to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that we take care of ourselves first, and then do the necessary things
But
that help
yeah.
us to be successful in life, and
Mm-hmm.
taking care of our families. And most of us at our age now, our children are grown, and then most of our grandchildren are grown too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Most of our,
Yeah, I was thinking of that. When you go on the airplane and they give you those instructions, the first thing they tell you is to put the mask over yourself first, so
uh-huh.
that if you got children, anybody with you, put the mask over yourself first, because if
Mm-hmm.
you don't help yourself first, you can't help
Okay.
nobody else. You
Uh-uh.
cannot do it.
And you run around trying to help somebody put their mask on. You don't have
You
yours on, and you passing out.
suffocate. Yeah, you suffocate. Somebody gonna be lacking. It ain't gonna be
That's
me.
so that's a powerful thing. Everything has to be put in perspective
That's right.
and prioritize. And
Uh-huh.
so we pray that everybody has we have said something. I know Rita said something. I felt like I was jibber jabbering. But
Well,
anyway,
I said that was my grandbaby. Uh, Correction. That's my great
great grand.
grandbaby. Great
Uh-huh.
grandbaby. Yes.
Okay, okay. Well, I know you're having fun and enjoying yourself. So everybody, Jennifer and Laterica, and what's the baby's name?
Michaela.
Michaela. Aunt Shirley loves
I
you,
sure said she love
and
you.
I'm going to talk to PJ
She
so I
said
can
I
get
love
that.
you.
Oh, how sweet! I'm going to talk to PJ so I can get that book illustrated. But everybody, if you just pass it on and put hashtag dump the pump
Dump the pump.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if we dump the pumps on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they will bring these gas prices down. We can do it for when we do it the first week. If we do it starting next week,
Yep.
don't buy gas on Tuesday. Don't buy gas on Thursday. I guarantee they will feel it in their pocket, in
In
their
there.
bank account,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
huh?
I said, yes, ma'am.
Every time they do this to us, they always put out their earnings, and they have billions of dollars
Yep.
more in earnings.
Mm-hmm.
But yet there's a shortage, and then they say it's a shortage, and then they overcharge us, just gouge us. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a disgrace how they treat us. How they treat us. They have no empathy, no compassion.
Nope.
All it is, what is Queen Latifah in that movie? All about the Benjamins.
All about the business.
That's all it's about. The Benjamins. There is no
That's
shortage in
Ice Cube.
fuel.
All about the Benjamins. Queen Latifah is
Set it off. Set it off.
set it off.
Right.
Yes.
That all about the Benjamins. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what is it?
That's
Chris Rock?
Ice Cube. Ice Cube
Uh-huh.
and
Chris Tuck. Yeah,
no.
Chris.
Ice Cube and Mike Epps.
Okay. Well, what's the one where they robbed this, and what's the name is in there? I think it's not Chris Tucker, but Chris Rock, right?
All about the Benjamin. You talking about yes. What's that little boy's name that played Oh shoot.
But it's all about money. That's what it is.
Right. They
When
robbed
it
the place.
all
Yes.
boils
He had
down,
just come home from the war.
yes. Frankie,
Uh-huh.
he
Yes.
played
Yes.
Frankie Lyman. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Uh-huh.
it I think he did. Anyway, but it's just
Yeah, he did. He
it's
played Frankie. Uh-huh.
it's terrible. It's terrible the way that they gouge us, and like the food. They're going up on the food. And then another thing that they have told us to watch for is
Levant
we're
Tate.
yeah, yeah,
Levant Tate.
Tate,
Lamont Tate. Tate
whatever his name is,
Lamar Tate.
Lorenz Tate,
Lorenz
Lorenz.
Tate. That's it.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
And another thing that we have to watch, we get the same containers when we go and buy food, right? But you don't get the same amount of food in them. You know that.
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh. So when we used to probably get a pound, we get maybe 12 ounces now.
Uh-huh.
And so we have to watch that too, because that's what they're doing to us also. When we think, just by looking at the package, we think we're getting the same amount,
Uh-huh.
but we're not. We're getting less for
Correct.
more money. So
Uh-huh.
anyway, we have to really be careful. And then, another thing, I would like to encourage people, do your gardening, plant you some greens,
There you go.
plant you
There
some
you go.
beans and all that. And you don't have to be in a house to do it. People know you can garden in pots and all that kind of stuff, and put that food up, freeze it and can it. There's a way to make it in this world. And like I say, it's just a shame the way they do us. It's
Yep.
a shame the way
Yep.
they do us, and they get away with it. But it's because they spend that money, and they have those lobbyists up in Washington, D.C., and they are doing their job to influence these senators, these Congress people, and all those people to
Yep.
lean toward them and support them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it looks like we don't have a chance. But hashtag
DC.
dump the pump.
Dump the
Tuesdays
pump.
and Thursdays.
Hashtag it.
Okay.
Dump it.
All okay. Love you, everybody. Rita, you want to close out?
Love y'all. Y'all, thanks so much for joining us. Remember, self-preservation. Take care of yourself first.
Right. Right.
Put yourself first, and then you can take care of everybody else.
That's
Because
right.
without you having health, strength, and happiness, who else gonna have it? Nobody. Happy
Nobody.
life, happy wife, happy life. Hey,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
hey,
And if
you
you
know,
ain't no wife, you can still have a happy
just
life.
happy. Yes, yes. Happy lady, don't be lazy. Hello.
All
Ah.
right. And on that note, Rita, you said it. Nobody can say it better. I love you. I love you, everybody. Thank you so
Love
much for
you.
joining us. Hello, Velma. Hi, everybody. Tina, Precious Christian. That's Tina Cleester. Love you so
Oh,
much.
okay. I never knew who that was.
Uh-huh. Love you, everybody. And thank you so much for joining us. And we will, God willing, I will see you Sunday, and we will see you on Tuesday. Now,
Uh-huh.
Rita, give them your site for your merchandise.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Your site for your merchandise.
Clee's Boutique for the Unique on Facebook.
Cleese Boutique for
Authentic
the
luxury bags. Like the auxiliary. Shoot. Authentic luxury bag emporium on Facebook.
all right, all right. And the name of the merchandise is, I know, is Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Hermes, Gucci, Fendi. I got it all.
Okay. And they're all the real
Authentic.
deal.
Yes. Yes.
The real deal,
Somebody
yes.
asked me about some Coach and some Michael Kors. So I'm thinking about bringing out a board on my site, but I'm not really sure yet. But I'm thinking about it.
Who is it?
Asking me about Michael Kors and Coach.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
I'm thinking about seeing how that's gonna run out. I don't know.
Well,
I
I
haven't
have,
decided yet.
I think I have, no, I have some Madden. What is it? Who is it? Madden, those
Oh
shoes.
yes, yes.
I have
Steve
some
Madden.
shoes that they're just like new.
Oh, Steve
You
Madden.
you want to sell them?
I got
They're
some too.
just like new.
Yeah, well, Steve Madden. Steve Madden's a good. That's
Yeah,
some good merchandise too. Yes,
because
yes.
and you know me, I don't go by name brand or anything. Now I prefer certain things, but
Uh
I
huh.
went to the store one day. we're signing off. Okay, everybody. Love you.
Hot dog, Daphne.
Hi, cousin. Hi, cousin. And I
Yeah, well,
went
you
to
know
the.
they have this thing that I'm a Madden girl. Steve Madden shoes. I'm a Madden girl.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
Well, you know,
And he
I went
does fix them right
shopping.
now.
I went shopping that day. I was going somewhere, and I just went shopping for some shoes, and I just saw these shoes that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't pay any
Yep.
attention to the name. I liked the shoes, and they fit me
Yes.
very
Yes.
well.
It got some nice
So
bags.
when
Even the
Michael
bags
saw
bag.
them, he said, "Steve Madden," and I said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, I didn't know it was Steve Madden.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I
He
just
always
like
got
the
some nice
shoe."
merchandise.
Oh yes, and
Yes, he
everybody, don't
does.
forget S Poke Radio. And also my seasonings, I'm going to start doing those again. I stopped because of the pandemic, but I'm going to start mixing my seasonings again, and I do ship them. Okay, love you, everybody. Now I'm not
Uh,
going to prolong
and,
the
and
time.
and on my oh, I gotta say this on my
Okay.
authentic luxury bag emporium on that site. I have some other lady friends that sell on there as well, and everything is it's all authentic. It's guaranteed to be authentic. They sell Chanel, Hermes, Gucci, just like I do. So we just
Mhm.
all have a selling thing. We have not sell on their pages; they sell on mine. So
All
whatever you
right.
buy on there, it's authentic
All right. All right.
and
See,
very
she,
nice.
see, Clee's a pro at this, everybody. I love it. You saw my train case. Woo, woo, woo.
Hey, yes indeed.
All right.
My grandson's a pro. My grandson's a pro on that.
Really?
Yes,
Okay. That's
yes.
all right. Well, all right, everybody. I love you, Reedy. Love you,
Love you.
everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll God willing, we'll see you. I'll see you Sunday at 7 a.m. and we'll
Okay.
see you
Tuesday.
Tuesday, God willing. And then don't forget, I post the Sunday school lessons. I do that through my blog. So, and
Okay.
then I post it. All right. Love you. Talk with you
Okay. Love
later.
you. Bye,
Okay.
guys.
Uh,
Bye, bye. Bye, bye.